Hey guys, or hey guys. So today we are going to go over the LA Chargers draft recap as of now. I think there's still sixth and seventh rounds, but they don't know. No one really gets picked in those rounds most of the time that are doing any good. So I'm gonna go over who we've picked up so far. Let you know what I think of it. If you guys want me to do other teams for draft recaps, comment them down below, and I'll make sure to get around to them when I can. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with round one. Jerry Tillery. I'm not going to read what they put for him, aside from maybe his health concern. Suffered a torn labrum in the shoulder during his final game at Notre Dame that required surgery. However, rehab is ahead of schedule, and hopefully the injury will heal by the time for him to participate in training camp. And it looks like he reunites with Isaac Rochelle, who is a defensive end. So there's that. My personal take on it is it's a D tackle, as you can see. We did need a new D tackle after we let, I think, Corey Liuget go to free agency. We let somebody from our defensive tackle core leave during free agency. So this is a good replacement for him. I did go on Madden already and check out how they rate him, and he's actually rated as a decent 70-something overall. I think maybe even in the green for the 70s. But to me, it's a good replacement. I don't watch a lot of college ball, so I don't know how he did. I'll look at stats off the video, but I think he might be a good replacement for who we did get rid of. Okay, let's see. Nasir Adderley, cornerback from Delaware. Now, corner is one of the positions we did need to find a replacement at because I think we let Jason Verrett and maybe one other corner walk. So it's a good thing we were able to pick this guy up at the second round, number 60 overall. We did need need another corner. I think he might be our second or third string, possibly fourth string corner, but as most of you know from watching football, corners seem to get injured basically yearly at a pretty high rate for some reason most of the time. So we do get either a good depth player or we get a good, slot corner or something like that. Number 3 is offensive tackle. Now, all things considered, our offensive line did very, very well last year. But we always do need extra offensive linemen because a lot of ours seem to get injured quite a bit. So the fact that we drafted this guy as either a backup to one of our tackles or even maybe a starter this year if he earns that right was a good idea. They need to continue to protect Rivers as he gets older, and even though he's very durable and he does play through injuries too, one of these days he's going to maybe get an injury that he can't play through. And hopefully this guy will prevent that from happening. Inside linebacker, Drew Tranquill. I don't know if we've, need an inside linebacker per se. I think we have Kyle Emanuel and one other person. I'm not sure who the other person is. But in case we don't, this is actually a good pick to play at middle linebacker, maybe even start at middle linebacker. He might compete for that spot. But even if he doesn't compete for the spot, he'd be a good backup from what I know of. One of my buddies who watches college football told me he's pretty good, I think. Yeah, he does watch Notre Dame, so that would make sense. In round 5, we picked up Easton Stick from North Dakota. And he's the first guy we've picked in for quarterback in a draft since 2013, as you see here. And he was the replacement for Carson Wentz in Boston. He's 6'1", 224 pounds. He ran a 4.62 40-yard dash, which is pretty good for a quarterback. So it looks like he will be a dual threat. He'll obviously be the heir pretty much to Philip Rivers when he leaves, hopefully. Rivers probably has a couple years left, but by the time Easton Stick will take the reins, he'll probably be in the final year of his deal, more than likely. Hopefully this one does pan out, because I think the last guy we did draft that's a quarterback is still on the roster, but as you know, doesn't really get any play time because of Rivers almost always being healthy. But hopefully they keep Easton Stick around so he can start after Rivers leaves instead of trusting it to Tyrod Taylor or whoever else they decide to bring in. Defensive end, this guy's for depth, so there's not really any reason for me to go too deep into this. But he's from the Houston College. He had finished with 2 sacks, 69 combined tackles, and 5.5 tackles for loss in his final season with the Cougars. Sorry about that Facebook notification. I think that did pop up. Ignore that. But yeah, I don't think there's anything left for me to say about that, to be honest. And then finally, we did pick up another defensive tackle in the 7th round by the name of Cortez Broughton from Cincinnati. He's probably a depth player because we already replaced the other guy, or maybe the other guy's a depth player, but since he was picked in the 1st round, I think he'll probably be starting. This guy is probably for the depth purposes. So overall, I give this one this draft B+, A-. The lowest I can give it is a B because we did get a lot of what we needed, and we did add some depth at positions we may not need a starter for. So I'm going to give it like a B+. Like I said at the beginning, if there's any team you want me to go over, maybe your team or a team you're curious to know my thoughts about, comment them down below. If you like this breakdown, go ahead and like the video. If you didn't, well, most of you did, or some of you didn't dislike it regardless for whatever reason. So yeah, I don't expect a good like-dislike ratio anymore, but I don't care because I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.